Wow. Good evening. Shri Kailash Satyarthi ji, members of ISB board, ISB community, faculty, alumni, staff. That better? Do you really want to listen to what I'm saying? But most importantly, graduating students, your families, and especially the students' spouses and children who were here on the campus throughout the year. My hearty congratulations. Now, this is a very special day for us. In some ways, this is the culmination of a year and even more of hard work. But this is not just for us, and it's not just for you. It's also for your families. Now, your families have supported you, your families have been a part of, and they've taken a lot of your stress. So as a part of ISB tradition, I want all of you people to rise, turn to your families and give them a big vote of thanks. Please rise. Thank you. Thank you. You know, to me personally, today is an even more special day. This is the 13th time that I stand on this podium, and it will be the last time that I do so. So I thought that instead of giving you just this year's report, let me quickly walk you through what this school has achieved since its inception. It's not easy to think of establishing a premier institution in India. But starting in 2001, we did it in a remarkably short time. In fact, there is no other management institution anywhere in the world which has achieved so much in so short a time as your institution has done. Something each one of you should be really proud of. We were the youngest institution to figure in the world's top 20 B school. We were the first Indian school in the top 20. We were the first B school to be accredited by ISB in the entire South Asia. We run some of the largest executive education programs in Asia. We are by far the most research productive school in India and amongst the top 100 in the world. Yes, it is something that I should give a lot of contribution to my faculty for. It is something that I'm very, very proud of. We set up a second campus in Mohali in what was probably our 7th or 8th year, and made it an overnight success. Nobody, not even other large schools which have set up new campuses have ever done that. We increased student size from 120 to 770. If we hadn't done this, only a small number of you would be here today, right? And every year, with the increase in student numbers, we actually increased and improved the student quality. We are knowledge partners to the government at the center, to the governments in state, both here and in Punjab. Right? And of course, the industry loves you, right? That's why we had all those great placements. So it has been a phenomenal success story, a success story that all of you should be proud of. Your class this year has also been equally amazing. We are graduating today and day after tomorrow. 756 students from the PGP class of 2015, 62 students from the PGPMAX class of 2014, and 41 students from the founding class of MFAB, which will be in Mohali. Last year, our alums won the HULT prize, and that is something that happened this year, so it's been a great achievement this year. Our students of the current class have done us proud by winning several international and national competitions. the Economic Times Young Leaders B School Edition, CK Prahlad competition, KPMG National Case competition, Franklin Templeton stock pitch, Deloitte Mavericks. I could spend the rest of the evening reading out this. Right? We did many outstanding conferences, Artha, Bandhan, Indian ISB Leadership Summit, Advaita, Mercado, Iksha, Joythan, Super League, TEDx. Again, I could go on and on. I want to thank you, both the PGPMAX class and PGP, for standing up to the ISB tradition of leaving a legacy gift. And I said this in the morning, and I'll repeat it. I'm deeply touched by the thought that the PGP class had to institute a scholarship to further entrepreneurship in this country. You deserve kudos for thinking big. That's the right way to do, and I thank all of you for it. Your classmates in Mohali have also contributed to ensuring that they also get the Bloomberg facilities that you have, and I'm proud of that. And the students of PGPMAX and MFAB have made very generous donations to the school's corpus fund. And again, I thank you, PGPMAX class, for doing it. You know, the PGPMAX class of 2014 is a really diverse class. They have entrepreneurs, professionals, and many of them have already done extremely well. I think several of them have started their own ventures, as I am told, and a couple of these have already taken off. Now, all this is great, and all this is successful. But who made it happen? ISB is a success because a very, very large number of highly committed and determined people made it a success. And I want to take a few minutes to thank those people. And I'll start with the directors of this school. You know, way back in 96, 97, some extremely inspirational people decided that we will build a world-class institution in India. For those of you who are already born in 96, I don't know how many of you were born, you know, it was not an easy thing to think about. It was not an easy idea to accept. And they continued, and they supported it. And even after they started, they pushed and prodded and supported us all throughout to make this a great institution. This year, a few months ago, both Mr. Adi Godrej and Mr. Rahul Bajaj committed a further 30 crores each to the school to further increase. And I want to thank both you, Adi, and you, Rahul Bhai, for that wonderful gesture. You know, I must tell you that I've had many fights and wars with the board, which is how it should be. There has to be a robust exchange of views. But I must say that they were more often right. And I want to publicly acknowledge that it was their push and their continuous prodding that has brought us here where we are. So Adi, Pramath, Rahul Bhai, please accept my thanks and my appreciation for what you have done. I also want to thank our partner schools, especially our founding schools, Kellogg and Wharton. It's difficult to imagine a world-class school without all the contributions they make. They help us find our own faculty. They help, finalize the courses which you take. They help us improve the quality of our research. They help us evaluate our faculty. And for anything and everything we want, we go and ask them for help. And they've been generous and unstinting in that help without ever charging us any money. So to them, again, I want to place on record my sincere appreciation of what they've done. The visiting faculty of this school, I don't have to tell you about the visiting faculty, right? I mean, they are amazing, they are incredible. But you know what I find even more exciting is that having picked up the best visiting faculty in the world, we now have our own faculty which match them shoulder to shoulder in terms of teaching excellence. And Yes, and on that stage here, we have 4 of our own faculty. Dishan Kamdar, Arun Pereira, Ravi Chittur, and this year, of course, Sarang Dev, who have been selected. So it's a matter of great pride to me. So ISB is not just about visiting faculty. ISB is about our own faculty also. The other entity, it's fashionable in this country to blame governments. But successive state governments in the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, now Telangana, and in Punjab have been wonderful partners of this school. We came here because of the then AP government, and we have flourished here because of the subsequent AP and Telangana governments. So I want to record my sincere appreciation of their magnanimous support to this school and their continuous encouragement to make this school even better than what it could have been. And with that comes some people who I hope are sitting there. The members of Hyderabad community and increasingly of the Tri-Cities in Mohali have been ISB's biggest supporters. They have stood with this school for the last 14 years. They have continuously been our partners. They have, really shared our successes. They have celebrated our every success. And I want to really thank the Hyderabad and the Tri-City community for being such wonderful partners. The industry, of course, has been a big player, and while our board represents some part of the industry, there are other industry people who have done. And finally, media. ISB has been very fortunate. The media, for the most part, have been positive and helpful and have actually brought our name to the rest of the world. Otherwise, you would never have heard about us. So the point I'm making is that apart from internal stakeholders, apart from people within the school, a very large number of people outside the school have contributed to the success of this school. And I thought that on my last year I should recognize and appreciate their success. And I'll now come to the 3 stakeholders within the school. And the first is the group that all of you will belong to at the end of today, the alumni group. After this class, there will be close to 7,000 alumni spread over 100 cities in some 23 countries. Right? Some of the numbers are absolutely staggering. About 200 of our alumni, and I'm not even counting the PGPMAX who have already been in CXO positions, and therefore, it's unfair for us to say that our people are in CXO positions. So even leaving aside the PGPMAX for the moment, 200 plus of our alumni have already reached CXO positions in top institutions. Over 400 have started their own enterprises. And some of them have really reached a scale which makes me very proud. And that is why I really once again appreciate the gift that your class did. It is helping entrepreneurs, it's helping to create more industrialists ourselves. That's going to be the real measure of our success. So once again, I want to thank you for doing what you did. And these are not just in technology. We have entrepreneurs in biotech, in pharma, in green energy, in high-end retail. You name it, and there have been ISB entrepreneurs. Significantly, a number of ISB entrepreneurs are now becoming academics, and pretty soon will come to teach you. And some of them are working with top schools like Wharton and LBS, which again pushes. Every year, we send 12 to 15 of our research associates to do their PhDs in top schools in the world. And many of them will come back to be world-class faculty here. So our association with alumni, and for you that will start tonight, I suppose, really is growing and strengthening. We want it to be a true lifelong relationship. And it's you who will make the reputation of this school. This year onwards, we invited two alumni, one the president of the Alumni Association and another an alumnus selected by the board to be a part of the ISB board. And we also invited two alumni to be on our next generation board. Sometime in the future, I hope to invite some of you to the ISB board and to the next generation leaders board. So the second group of people who make the school a great success is the faculty. For a school that seeks to be amongst the best in the world, it is essential that we compete in the global market for the brightest and the most prolific academics. From fewer than 5 people in 2004, we now have over 50, 52 to be precise, faculty. And this young and dynamic pool has propelled us, as I said, to be ranked as undoubtedly the biggest research productive institution, but amongst the top 100 in the world. This year alone, our faculty published in 23 internationally top-ranked peer-reviewed journals. Right? That's probably more than all other schools in this country put together. And in the last 5 years, our faculty made contributions in almost 300 intellectual contributions. But that's not enough. We have to contribute to the greater good of the society. For those of you who have seen our mission statement, one part of our mission statement is that we must be constructive collaborators with the rest of the society to improve the lot of the disadvantaged people in the society. And even here, some of our faculty have done some great work. So Professor Sridhar Sheshadri, Krishnamurthy Subramaniam, Rajesh Chakravarti and others have been working with the Finance Ministry on issues of food subsidy. Krishnamurthy Subramaniam has been on the Nayak committee and his role was acknowledged as being highly supportive not just by Mr. Nayak but also by the Reserve Bank Governor Raghuram Rajan. Some time ago, faculty members in CAF made a recommendation on securitization of SME receivables. This has been included in this year's budget. I can go on. We have looked at the impact of Aragyashri. We are looking at how to improve public health initiatives. We are looking at how to manufacture SME marketing. And we are developing Smart Cities Index. So there is a lot of work that our faculty do, apart from teaching you, in order to improve the lot of poorer people of the family. And finally, the third unsung heroes of this school are the staff. Now, they work quietly for you and me. They are, even today, they have been bringing you, yes. They are just the most incredible people I've worked with. And I honestly feel humbled and privileged to be a part of that community. They are a true inspiration to me. They are a true inspiration to the school. And the way in which they give of their everything for the greater good of the school is just incredible. And it is people like this who really make this school what it is. The role of a dean is fantastic. It is to take credit for all the good work that everybody else does. So I feel happy, privileged to be standing here and taking credit, but I must say that it's all these people and many more who give it. So let me end by giving a word of, I'll call it advice if you like, to the graduating classes of both PGPMAX and PGP. For you in PGPMAX, it has been a few short periods of a few weeks each time. But it's amazing how well you are bonded with each other. It's amazing how fanatic a group you are. And I find that an incredible ability of people to really make a great. And as your friends in PGP will tell you, even a year is too short. They would love to stay on a little longer, especially without assignments or grading or things like that. Right? But I hope that during your time at ISB, we have provided you learning opportunities. We have provided you new perspectives on how to look at issues. And we have also provided you new friendships. So today, I'm going to ask for 3 things from you. Yes, it's always 3, right? First, wherever you go, whatever you do, you must sustain the standards of excellence that we have imbibed in you. You are the torchbearers of that excellence on behalf of the school, and we expect you to continue to be absolutely excellent in everything you do, because only then will the reputation of the school rise. So that's the first thing we expect of you. The second thing we expect of you is to talk about your good experience and good thing in ISB. Very often people talk about something small and bad, but we rarely talk about what a wonderful time we had. Please go out, please spread the message. And a little later I will also tell you, and I hope Satyarthi ji will also tell you, to spread the message of the great work that he is doing. Unless you are positive ambassadors of good causes will not go on. So I am asking all of you to genuinely spread the word about your good experiences and your valuable learning, not just to the future alumni, but to everyone that you encounter. And third, and the most important one, whatever you do, lead your life based on values, ethics, and for the greater good of society. That is precisely why I was very keen to invite Mr. Satyarthi here. I've been a huge fan of Mr. Satyarthi. Every time I have listened to him, I have been greatly enthused and inspired by what he does. But it is not fair to outsource all the society's problems on the shoulders of people like him, however broad they may be. I ask each one of you to play your role and to do your part in improving the lot of the disadvantaged students. Once again, my congratulations to each one of you and your families. My best wishes for your future. You have taken just the first step in a 10,000-step journey of your careers. Have a great time. Be successful, be healthy, and be happy. God bless you.